Here's what you didn't know about Black burlesque history. Shake dancers, shimmy dancers, hoochie coochie girls, exotics. The history of burlesque is full of women and some men of color, and yet today, few remember. Most history books barely mention them, even in passing. Black strip teasers were not called burlesque performers. They were called shake dancers. Among the first to shamelessly bump and grind, performers of color left an indelible mark on burlesque history. In the early 20th century, burlesque shows featured a 2-for-1 production, where mainly white women performed and were followed by a chorus of black performers. Slowly, performance troupes would integrate and bring in 1 or maybe 2 black women. They would be publicized as exotics, with producers using descriptions like jungle fever or voodoo mistress on posters and playbills. Women of color were only booked if they performed acts enforcing racial stereotypes. The famous New York City Cotton Club featured burlesque shake dancers, but they would not allow black patrons. The Creole Palace in San Diego opened its doors in 1924, which did allow black patrons and also white. They were dubbed the Harlem of the West. The Great Depression ushered in the greatest era of burlesque. Few could afford to attend expensive Broadway shows, yet people craved entertainment. In all of the burlesque theaters, the Minsky Burlesque Theater was the most renowned. They had multiple theaters in many states. Many black performers achieved enough fame to work on the Minsky circuit. Some would earn $1,000 or more a week. They could insure their bodies, tour the US, Europe, and work with prominent entertainers. Shake dancers grew in popularity in the 50s, with Jet magazine exploiting their dating and career choices. Burlesque shake dancers became internationally popular and well paid, though many were still earning less than their white counterparts. XXX theaters would soon become popular in the late 60s. Because of this, many shake dancers started to retire, when strip clubs would soon require full nudity and lap dancing. Many burlesque performers felt it vital to draw the line between the art of the sensual tease and the perceived notions of sex work. All performers of color, Black, Asian, Latina, South Pacific Islander, and Native American dancers were very much a part of burlesque history, and not just as chorus girls for white headliners. They were integral parts in the history of burlesque. The challenges faced by the early black burlesque performers still are very much a part of contemporary performers' lives. Racism, sexism, and stereotyping still shape the lives and experiences of today's black and brown burlesque dancers. Write in the comments which burlesque shake dancer you would like me to cover next. Let's always remember to give those who came before us their flowers.